getting trying to boot up, guys. Trying to boot up here. I had a very slow booting up process today. So it's pre-coffee. It's kind of been just a weird day generally, to be honest with you. Jim, what's up, man? Hey Jim, that location I sent you, bookmark that, because that's a great location to hide in the cut, if you know what I mean. D's nuts, what's going on? Wombats, I think Wombats holds the record for somehow managing to join everybody's live. Not just mine. Reefer driver, howdy from Manuka. Howdy, I'm headed to a terminal right now. Not all my coffee wouldn't fit in my cup, in my coffee cup, so I got a little bit here. Headed to a terminal myself, man. Today's been kind of weird. Let's see, I did, and I bookmarked where I'm at now since I joined the truck parking club. Oh, did you? Yeah, truck parking club, some of it's really expensive, bro. I'm not down to pay $27 for a place to park for a 10-hour break. But you can find really good $10 and $12 options on truck parking club that are like within walking distance to a grocery store, and they're really quiet, nice places. 10 or 12 bucks, man, I'll do that all the time. By the way, I gotta do a video about this, you guys. Love's put out a survey a couple weeks ago, and one of the questions was, what is one of the things you would like to see as a part of the rewards program? And it said premium parking. So I really hope that's not, because I'm a road ranger right now in Marshall, and you guys know that whole front row now is paid parking. And to me, it just really made Road Ranger kind of look, it's like taking HBO and putting ads on HBO. It's just like, man. So I don't know if Love's, I don't know, I'm not saying that implies they're going, it's just, it was weird to see that on the survey. Can't wait for this year to be over. I can't wait for November 5th to be over. Maybe. Maybe I'll wish it never came. Let's see, gonna get that new tablet installed. I don't know. So I just set an appointment for a couple weeks from now when I get back from vacation. 13 bucks. Okay, yeah, that's a good, yeah. I'm kind of in the $15 and under for truck parking club is what my tolerance is. Anything over $15, I'm pissed, and I'm not going to do it. But especially if it's late and you don't have anywhere to park, man, some of those truck parking club spaces are really, really gold. See, it should be illegal or required to park by law. I don't know if it should be illegal, Daniel, but here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about it. If I could just sit down with like the TA executives or someone for just a few minutes, I could be like, look, the problem is the way you have this stuff priced out right now is it feels scammy to us. It feels like you're just taking advantage of the fact that we do legally have to park, and you're not giving any value add other than the fact that you know we have to park, and therefore you can gouge us for it. So if you're gonna charge me $20 to sit somewhere for 10 hours, then give me a shower and a cup of coffee. That to me would make it incredibly valuable. Like, then to me it feels like, okay, this is a good, like, there's value proposition to it. Like, you're providing something that has more value than just I legally have to park and therefore you get to take my money for it. But the idea that you could go to a TA and you could pay $21 to park, $18 for a shower, and then $3 for a cup of coffee is crazy to me, because there's econo lodges that are that much. You know what I'm saying? Sawyer look like that drives on the tanker side. Joe, we're gonna head JD Vance on. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that tonight. I'm gonna listen to that on tonight's drive. Hillbilly Trucking. I believe all truck stops are gonna be paid parking. Probably. You know, and if Love's tries to do it to where it's a few spots for people to, you know, just like diamond status or something, inevitably that becomes something else. You know, it never is just going to stay that. Here's the thing also with Love's is, if Love's wants to make its parking lots more enjoyable for the people who do most of their business there, which is me, 95% of my fuel is bought at Love's, then stop letting people block other people in. Like, do something about that shit. Where was I know I was talking about something when I started this. Wombats, I've been playing with my new Starlink Mini. Yeah, we have Starlink at the house, and dude, it's freaking awesome, man. Like, we are way outside the city, way in the boonies, and we can pull 300 or 400 down easy. Daniel, it's the principle that there are truck stops where the entire lot is paid parking, not just front spots near the store. Yeah, I totally agree with that, man. These nuts asking if Wombats never loses signal. Wombat says so far it's flawless. Lugnut, you pay for a reserve spot, you get there and there's somebody in your spot, you go inside, complain, they do nothing, but they will keep your money. Yeah, it's the whole, right now, truck stop paid parking just feels like a scammy gouge. And they could really change that. They could change that by enforcing it and providing more value to it. Like I said, if you want to charge $20 to park somewhere for 10 hours, give us a shower and a cup of coffee. Then it starts to feel like you're adding value to it and not just taking advantage of us. It's designed to work where everything else loses signal. Yeah, for sure. Lugnut, sometimes it's cheaper to park illegally because a ticket is cheaper than paying for parking. Lugnut, so I got a parking ticket. In fact, I did a video about it. I don't know, probably 6 months ago. It was the most ridiculous. Like, I could have fought it. In all honesty, I could have fought it, but it was just like, whatever. I think it was like $90. Prime paid it and just charged it to my settlement. But it was when that trooper came into the weigh station and cited everybody, cited all of us. And what was crazy is he walked up to my window and I was like, bro, I'm just sitting here on a 30-minute break. Like, he pointed to the sign that was way back and it was in the trees. That said no parking. It was this shoulder that was just as wide as the lane coming in and out of the thing. And it was full of trucks on both ends of it, and he just went down the road. Every one of them knocked on the door, woke the driver up, and cited him. And I told him, I was like, man, I'm leaving in 4 minutes, you know. And he's like, no, you're gonna leave right now. So are you citing me? And he said he wasn't citing me. I stayed the 4 minutes anyway because I needed my time back. But then Prime got a ticket. He did cite me. He wasn't physically writing anyone tickets. He was taking all their information off their trucks and then citing the carrier. That was in Pennsylvania. So that $90 was not cheaper than parking. And it was only for a 30-minute break. Let's see, 120 a month. I pay 120 unlimited for Starlink. Andy, stop parking where you can be blocked in. Dude, Andy, are you kidding me? I'm in the only unblockable spots in this Road Ranger. Look at this. I park every single morning at like 6 or 7 in the morning in what should be the most unblockable spots. Look, here's all the other spots. That's the exit. I guarantee you at midnight, somebody will fucking park right there and make it damn near impossible to get out. Dude, I park in the most significantly unblockable spots every morning because when I get to truck stops, usually they're half empty. At Love's, you always can get on the end or where the aisle was. And when I did that video the other day, that's where I was. I was in front of I was pointing into the aisle. So my spot was straight back. The spot on either side of me was straight back. And they just blocked the whole Love's. They didn't care. No traffic could move through it. I know you're kidding, but I'm just saying, like, it used to be that way, Andy. It used to be that you could go into a truck stop in the morning. You could be like, okay, well, obviously nobody's stupid enough to park in front of me because this is the only way you can traverse in and out or through the truck stop. That's the way it used to be, but in the last couple of months, that don't mean shit, dude. Like, some of these guys just do not give a fuck, man. Like, it just... And it sucks because I usually leave at like 9 or 10, and that's when I open my curtains at like 8 or 9, 10 p.m., whenever it is that I leave. Every night I get on full display the chaos that is a school of rabid piranhas circling the truck stops at 100 miles per hour, trying to find somewhere where they can just sit their truck. Because those are all the people who didn't plan right, and there obviously is not going to be a spot at a truck stop at 10 p.m. You've got a good shot at a spot at a truck stop at 4 a.m. Believe it or not, you really do, because that's when people who were parked early the day before start to leave. But at 10 p.m., man, you might as well be trying to pay for parking. But these white Volvos with the numbers, you know, the mailbox numbers on the side, dude, they don't give a shit, man. Trucker Trade of Sam, do you want some cheese with that wine, bro? Where have you been? This is what my channel, this is what I am, dude. I complain about shit. If you don't like it, you're in the wrong place. Let's see. It would be nice if you could take a DOT officer, a police officer, and put them in a truck driver's seat for a week. Show what? Yeah, Lugnut. Make them run on the clock. Well, then, I guess it wouldn't. You'd have to put them in a truck situation because, you know, they go home and they probably work 8-hour shifts. They're probably union. Joked in the comments on your trailer video as well. Yeah. Which, by the way, so it was the wires back there, because he showed up without a ladder or anything. Now, I don't know shit about the wiring in the back of the trailer, but I know that the last time I had to have a light fixed, it was at a TA, and they were up at the top, but it was just one light in the back. So they were up at the top. So when that guy showed up last night, he just showed up in a pickup truck. I'm like, how the hell is he going to fix those top lights? Turns out he already knew. When Prime told him it was those 5 lights and the 4-ways still worked, he knew exactly where the wiring issue was. He didn't even mess around with the front of the trailer. He just went straight back there and diddled back there with the wires behind the bumper underneath the trailer, and 10 minutes he had it. He said he just spliced in and replaced a little bit of wire, and that was it. Let's see. Unlock parking spots. Unblocked parking spots are a dream come true. You mean unblockable? Our dream come true. Yeah, there used to be unblockable spots. There ain't unblockable spots anymore. Alaska, can you explain how driving 300 miles for $800 is a very good rate? I would drive 300 miles for $800 any day of the week, depending on where it's going and if it's a short delivery. Like if I pick it up and drop it off on the same drive, I'm game, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. If you ain't running 300 miles for $800, then unless it's got like 2 or 3 days on it, I don't know what to tell you. I'll run that all every day. I'll run that every day. I'm gonna come park right in front of you to block you in. Lugnut, you could be parked in the middle of the desert and some moron will park directly in front of you and you're not gonna snore, tell him to move, he'll call you the asshole. Yeah, they do. And that's what, when I said that video, I was like, oh, someone just said, oh, well, you know, they're polite, just ask them to move. You know, that's the way you should be, because they're just trying to get a break. They're not always polite. Trust me, they're not always polite, because I have to wake these motherfuckers up all the time, dude. They're not always polite. Sometimes they are absolutely livid that you dared to wake them up so that you could go to work. 800 is a daily, yeah, 800 is what I try to, yeah, 750 to 800 is really what I shoot for on a day, on my daily gross. And then I try to get the miles down as low as possible on that. Absolutely. Set up a tent. Well, Wombats is always 2 trucks down from me. Vital, best investment someone can make in OTR is learning where to park when the truck stops fill up. It's a skill that takes years. Yeah, for sure. I've got a, I was just telling my driver of my Peterbilt, who's here in this chat, Jim, because he's dropping off at a shitty time in a shitty area, and there's a customer in that area that's right down the road from a couple exits from a Blue Beacon for a washout, and that customer doesn't have a guard shack, and they're closed all night, and they don't even care. They don't come and check to see if you have a load. So I've parked there a few times without a load and just left. I've done my 10-hour break there and just left. And I've got quite a few like that. So if you're ever at a customer that's off an interstate in a really inconvenient parking area and they don't have a guard shack and they don't come out to you know, you have to go in to check in for your load and they allow overnight parking, man, you need to add that to your list. Let's see. There's also the pigtail connection box. I've opened that up and reconnected the wires. Yeah, I tried to tinker with the pigtail connection box as best as I could. It didn't make any. Don't even care about miles. Well, you know, Andy, I understand that. I get what you're saying. I care about miles because this is my truck. You know what I mean? So I want to put as few miles on it as possible, because it's got, you know, it's under warranty, and it's, you know, like I said in a video not too long ago, I was offered $75,000 cash for this truck about a month ago. So miles do matter to me. That's horrible gross. Where do you pull freight? Where do you pull freight? That is not horrible gross. If you own a truck and run freight for Prime, that is not horrible gross at all. I ain't gonna tell you guys what I make, but I'm telling you right now, there's not a lot of people in refrigerated freight, especially out there on their own right now, that are there's probably not a lot that are netting what I net. Boring. Bye. Jeez, what a real winner of a comment there, champ. Let's see. 5,600 a week is not horrible, especially with no truck payment. Yeah, 5,600 a week is fantastic. I don't know what kind of crack your costs are way too high. If you own a truck and you can't make money with 5,600 a week, you're in the wrong place, bro. And I'm talking about, dude, you should be netting 3,500 or more before taxes. You're crazy if you, man, people who don't pull for Prime just don't get it. Let's see, 291,000 a year, how? What are you talking about? I'm not sure I understand it, 291,000. Guarantee you guys are not grossing 291,000 a year, Alaska. All right, you just sound ridiculous, bro. Grossing 291,000? Why is that hard to believe? Why is that hard to believe? What are you talking about? Well, first of all, I gross way more than that. I have multiple trucks. So that's just stupid. But you're talking about gross to the truck. That's not net. Bro, you have a truck. What are you talking about? There's always some Looney Tune in here. You work 52 weeks. Oh my God, it's the Looney Tunes. All right, let me get past the Looney Tunes. Sorry, Alaska, I can't follow all of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm responding to, okay, I'm getting things mixed up. Sorry. Sorry, Alaska. I'm just here for the wild comments. Michael Trucking. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But there's some Looney Tunes in my regular comments for sure. In my regular comments, some guy was telling me they won't cite you for lights out. Dude, I know a Prime driver that was, I was just telling Jenna about it last night. It's noisy because I just rolled my window down for a second. But we know a Prime driver who got, he had his brake lights were out when he was coming into a rest area. His brake lights didn't light up. And there was a trooper behind him. So the trooper pulls him over and inspects him. And then he failed his logs and got put out of service for 10 hours. And the reason he failed his logs inspection was so ridiculous. He didn't certify any of his logs for a week. So he got, the inspection started because his brake lights weren't working, and then he got put out of service for not certifying his logs for the full week. Not once did he certify his logs. So say what you want to say about lights not being a big deal, but they can lead to being a big deal. It just all depends on the mood that the officer's in. See, I'm 2023. I took 3 months off and gross 256. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that comment's all about. I'm just here for the wild comments. Yep, if you're on the road 7 days a week with reefer, you should be pulling a bare minimum of 7K. No, I don't need 7K. I didn't say I worked 52 weeks down. I said that's what it comes out to. Learn some math. Good Lord. Eric needs to fire his other driver so he would make more money. We're not all in Alaska, chump. So why did you give me the 291,000 a year like that's what you make? That's not what I was reading. I think that's gross. But grossing 300,000 a year pulling freight for Prime is not at all absurd. But I think there's just this misconception that you can't make. Look, even with a truck payment, $5,500 a week gross can be very profitable. When I say very profitable, you could probably net 2,000 or more it just depends on all the, you know, the way the week works out and all that stuff. But if you don't have a truck payment, then that's like, you know, I don't need 7,000 a week. I don't need 6,000 a week. Gross. Log department will love him for that. Yeah, reefer drivers, especially since the log department talks about it literally every Friday. Certify your logs, certify your logs, certify your logs. Yeah. And so not only did he get put out of service for 10 hours, he had to have someone come to the rest area to fix the brake lights, and he also got a service failure. So talk about all because his brake lights didn't work. They can also, let's see, Michael. They definitely will. They can also hit you on every chicken light that is out. Also, if you are in an accident, they do include lights. Yeah. That's why I was telling someone in my regular comments. First of all, someone was saying, oh, well, that's just stupid. Like, containers don't even have lights at the top. And I'm like, bro, containers are not trailers. Containers sit on top of trailers. That's why there's the extra lights at the bottom on the trailers that the containers sit on. But I was like, because they said you can have lights out. I'm like, go ask those guys with 50 chicken lights on their trailer why they have 100 extra lights in their truck with them, spare lights. If that light's on there, it has to be functional. It's not just a minimum number of lights. If you have 50 lights on your trailer and one's out, that's still something they can start an inspection for. Let's see. So you get any engine lights in a Freightliner? No, I haven't had any check engine lights for a long time in this truck. Daniel, we pay nothing for fuel. Yeah, I'm about to fuel up here at Road Ranger, and I think it's $2.19 a gallon. Yeah, we don't pay for fuel. We basically don't pay for fuel at Prime. If you with the economics of the truck, the efficiencies of the truck, and how deep the discounts are, you're basically, the surcharge and everything is paying for the fuel. Like, the customer is paying for the fuel. Like, I don't see myself as, let me see what, hang on. All right, the pump price is $3.39 here at this Road Ranger, and I'm paying $2.19. Discounts in terms of what, Alaska? I just told you that you know, sometimes it's like $1.75 off the fuel pump. There's a Circle K over south of Springfield, Illinois that I think it's like $1.75 off of the fuel pump, of what the price on the pump. But here it's here, if you don't believe me, I'll show you, because there seems to be some of you that just can't comprehend the reality here. Oh, I apologize. It went up to $2.21. Y'all see that? $2.21. That's my price. The pump price is what did I say? $3.39? Is that what I said? Cheap rates pulling. Alaska, I already made a video talking about that, man. I'm probably going to start ignoring the idiocy here. Prime gives it to you. Man, Daniel, you gotta stop addressing him because he's frothing at the mouth there. Jason, flatbed Prime, I average 2,200 weekly after all expenses, and I'm good with that. But Jason, these guys are saying you gotta gross 7,000 a week. Lugnut, had to have a fast pass or enhanced driver's license. I know because I've been doing that for years through Detroit, through Buffalo, up in Toronto. I'm not sure what you're referring to. We get fuel surcharge to cover fuel costs. You can't profit on fuel at Prime. You can profit. Yes, you can profit on fuel at Prime. Absolutely, you can. Who knows what a Mansfield bar is? I don't know what that is. D's 1188. Howdy. I know you're not talking to me, Alaska, but I'm talking to you. You're in my comments on my video. And you didn't dump it on the next driver. Right, Jared. And not only am I not dumping that on the next driver, I'm actually gonna slide my tandems a little bit because just to help the next driver, because right now I got it in the 12th hole, but I only had a quarter tank of fuel. And when I went and scaled out, I was at 33.7 on the truck with a quarter tank of fuel and only 31.5 on the trailer, and I had it in the 12th hole because I was on a slope and I couldn't really tell what was what. So I'm even going to do the courtesy of sliding it up a few holes just in case the next driver who's going to carry this load on has full tanks, so that they don't have to, you know what I mean? It could push it up over 34,000. So I'm not even going to be lazy in that regard, which I've gotten loaded trailers where it's like, what the fuck? I know it doesn't take much for them to get it right, but I'm just going to go ahead and set the trailer up right so that it's not going to be overweight on their truck. If they have full tanks, they're good to go to carry the load onto the 90. So when I get up there to fuel, I'm going to slide. I'm on an extreme hill right now, so I'm not going to do it here, but when I get up to the fuel line, I'll slide it to probably the 8th or 9th hole. Let's see. Another runs like a Detroit diesel. Don't forget to add. Yeah, I had MRI trailers, so we are required to run lights during the day, but we are rare cases at night. Definitely though. Lights required 30 minutes before sunset. Yeah. If it's so profitable at Prime, why is everyone leaving Prime? Well, a lot of people are leaving Prime for the damn cameras. But it's weird that you're on a video with a fleet owner who's not leaving Prime and who's very profitable, and you're saying, if Prime is profitable, why is everyone leaving Prime? That's really weird to me, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's really weird to me. Will I get a talking to if I sign the camera consent form? Jason, no, Alaska's fun to read. It's pretty laughable. Don't forget to add your fuel tax on that price per gallon. Yeah, of course. Of course. Do you hire people? I'm not hiring right now, no. Ghost. Hey, Eric. Hey, John St. Clair. What's up, man? Long time no see, bro. Daniel, they're so envious. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Not leaving Prime yet. No, I'm not. I have no plans to leave Prime anytime soon. No plans to take my truck off of Prime's network. HR related things, not the freight. Yeah, Daniel. HR related things, cameras for sure. There was a time earlier this year where freight got pretty frustrating, but freight's really bad all over the industry, and I think some couldn't handle those valleys. But But I think the people that I knew who left in that time didn't leave to go to another company. They left trucking altogether. Yeah, man, good to see you too. Yeah, that is still my number. I just see your text message that popped up, bro. Yeah, that's still my number. That's still my number. Man, I was gonna talk about something, damn it, when I started this video up. Oh, what I was gonna talk about was, what do you guys think of that storm that pushed up through yesterday? I thought that, so I kind of made a trip planning miscalculation, which is pretty rare for me. I'm pretty much all over the weather apps. And thank God this load is like 42,000 pounds or something like that. But I was watching that line of storms as it moved up, you know, through Oklahoma, Missouri, Illinois, all that. But I was all the way over on the southeast side of Ohio. What I didn't pay attention to is as soon as I got up towards Dayton, it was basically 50 mile per hour south to north wind, and I was going east to west. And it was 50 mile per hour wind gust all the way to the storms, which at the time were at St. Louis. Or this morning the storms were coming through St. Louis. Bro, it wasn't a concern of like being pushed over because I was so heavy, but man, it was gnarly, dude. It was a fight the whole drive from all the way from south, probably 30 miles. Where's that Loves in TA? I think it's Jeffersonville or Jefferson, Ohio. From there all the way to Marshall, Illinois was lateral wind hitting the left side of my truck and trailer with 50 mile per hour gust. The entire, dude. And there were some empty trailers that I would assume they were empty that passed me that, you know, they had that crip walk, you know what I'm saying? Like they had Daniel texted me telling me how bad it was in Missouri. And I texted him back before I left and was like, oh yeah, I ain't worried about that because I'll be parked before I get to that. But again, I was just looking at the radar for where the precipitation and the storms were. I wasn't looking at the windy app and didn't realize that the hot air that was in front of that front was just supercharged northward at 50 plus mile per hour. So like right after I started driving, Daniel, right after I texted you that, I started feeling the wind. I'm like, what the fuck? So when I stopped at that Love's, I pulled up windy and it was like 55 mile per hour lateral south to north wind all the way across. So I was like, oh, this is fun. This is fun. Lugnut, remember, if you have an APU, you can add an extra 400 pounds to your gross weight. Yes, not only well, in most states, I think. But here's another thing interesting, Lugnut. If you happen to see last week's Friday safety meeting at Prime, they had the guy who's the captain who's in charge of all of the state trooper, you know, the highway patrol in Missouri. And he said that they don't cite you if you're over by under 1,000 pounds on the truck or trailer. Now they'll make you correct it, but they won't cite you for it. Give you 1,000 pounds grace on either end, as long as that's not on gross. The 400 pounds, I believe, is on gross, but the 1,000 pounds is not on gross. But basically, if you're 900 over on the trailer and you can fix it, they're not going to cite you. I thought that was interesting to know. Last night I drove Reed City, Michigan to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The wind was so bad. Okay, so you got it right in the teeth then. Yeah, you got it right in the face, Mark. You had to drive right into it. So the people who were going north probably got excellent fuel mileage. Did you take 465 through Indy? That road's messed up. No, I did not. I took 70, which 70 sucks too. But in the middle of the night, it's fine. There's no traffic. 70 sucks because you got to, you know, all those curves and stuff through the city. I won't do it in the daytime, but in the middle of the night, I'll take 70 all the way through. Because, man, the bypass is just so fucked up in both directions too. I don't understand why they choose to work on the whole fucking thing. Why not just take like 10 miles of the bypass and get that done and then do 10 more miles? Why do construction on the whole fucking bypass? There's no way to, you know, even half efficiently go through Indianapolis if it's during the daytime because they've decided to work on the whole damn thing. Slept good in truck at Terminal Springfield, hit around 12 a.m. Jason, what's up, man? When am I and this guy truck's gonna do a live together? Wildbeard and I talked a while back. He was trying to get me to come on his channel, and I had something going on, and I don't know, maybe all three of us would do one. I don't know, we'll see. As long as you're not over 80. Yeah, as long as you're not over gross, yeah. Idaho too, okay. Daniel, I was ahead of the storm on 40, heading east on Oklahoma, and a northerly wind was horrible. Ended up in the storm, heading north on 35 in KC, yeah. Shamarcus, what's up, man? A fellow fleet owner in the house. Yeah, I will say with that south-north wind, it didn't really affect fuel mileage. I did pretty well on fuel mileage. Hillbilly, hell yeah, all three of y'all would be awesome. Dude, I love the trolling that those two do. Wildbeard less, he used to do more of it. Wildbeard is more of, I don't want to say clickbait, but he's very intentional with the way he's titling his content. This guy Trucks is funny to me because it's obvious that he's trolling the living shit out of us prime drivers, but he does it in such a nice and serious way. He has like this really friendly presentation about himself, and there's a softness to it, to his delivery, but underneath that is just this pickaxe that he's swinging at us because he knows that prime traffic is great. What's funny is, oh, will it really say go around and try again? That's funny. In Idaho? Josh is the #1 troll on a trucking site. Yeah, he is. And he somehow positions himself to not necessarily look too trollish sometimes. It's pretty funny. So in Idaho, I think it was Idaho one time, Jen and I were in the middle of nowhere. It was either Idaho or Montana. I can't remember. Off the beaten path. And there was this way station that came out of nowhere, and we got flagged into it. There's like no trucks out there or anything. I can't remember where it was. There's a 2-lane highway somewhere out there. We were like, what is a way station doing out here? It was a big, nice one too. And the dude was so lonely. He was like, he was like, hey, you know, you guys are more than welcome to stop here for 10. I've got fresh coffee inside. There's a PlayStation inside with nice couches. You know, feel free to come in and hang out and, you know, stay here for 10. Like, he was just bored out of his mind because he was in the middle of nowhere. And he was like wanting some company. He's like, hey, come in. You know, y'all can play PlayStation. Park out here. There's bathrooms. And we were like, this is weird, man. This dude just like rolling out the red carpet. There was no trucks parked there. That we were like the only truck that he saw that morning. Ohio and trucker, they did a lot of patch jobs on 70 between India and Ohio. Okay, I'm Ohioan. Please don't take this as an offense. Please don't. It's not intended to be that in any way possible, okay? Your state needs to do something about 70 across there because it is an absolute embarrassment. That to me is the worst stretch of road in the country. There's worse pieces of road. There's worse in Arizona. There's worse pieces of road. But when you come out of, or I'm sorry, not Ohio, Indiana. I'm sorry, I'm talking the wrong thing. So this has nothing to do with you, Ohioan. In fact, Ohioan, let me reverse this because now people are going to be confused. Let me reverse this. When you come out of Indiana into Ohio, it's like you can reshift in your chair and relax a bit. When you come out of Ohio into Indiana, you're basically thinking, do I need to get routed in to get an alignment? Like that stretch of 70 in Indiana, dude. Because I just did it this morning and I was like, I had Tourette syndrome all the way across Indiana. Like, it's unacceptable. And here's the crazy thing. The parts that they just re-blacktopped on I-70 in Indiana, they re-blacktopped it, but the ditches and the empty pots and stuff that they were covering up are in the new blacktop. So really all that happened is that it changed the color from gray to black and it's still exactly the same. It's still exactly the same. Marcus, I was coming through Maryland yesterday, went through a weigh station over 2100 on my trailer. They just had me pull over, correct it. 2100, damn, bro. That's a lot of leniency. I really wanted to lease with Prime, but I'm gonna be leasing a truck without a camera. I assume you're saying I'm not gonna be leasing a truck with a camera. I understand. I do understand. I'm not happy about it. I'm not thrilled about it. I feel very betrayed by it. I feel lied to about it. But also this is my career and it's what's taking care of my family. So, you know. Ten in Louisiana is brutal, yes. Fucking A, it is. Yeah, 10 in Louisiana is brutal, but I just think so Louisiana, it's just coarse and rough, and it just beats you up, kind of just like this, you know. But Indiana, it's like, it's so ridiculous, dude. I've been driving since 2008 and they have been working on that shit through Indy since then. I don't think it's, yeah, man. And the thing is they actually fix parts of it and it's like 70 in Indiana is this perpetual nonstop employment opportunity. Like, it's like somebody in charge is like, hey, we're just going to use 70 in Indiana to just continually keep federal funding flowing in for endless contracts, but we're never going to actually fix it. Hope one day you go to Cali and experience I-40 at the border, Arizona. Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with that, dude. Very familiar. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's one of the reasons I drive at night, especially if I have to go over 70. Like last night, because there was so little traffic, I was in the left lane almost the whole way across. If you got to be in that right lane all the way across, here's how bad it is. You guys ready for this? Here's how bad 70 is in Indiana. I've been looking for a cigarette lighter in my truck for 3.5 weeks. I use it to light candles. I don't smoke, but I use it to light candles. I've been looking for this. It's one of those Loves ones with a long neck. If you smoke weed, it would probably be a perfect lighter because it's got the little long neck on it. So perfect for lighting a bowl. Would have loved to have that in high school. But anyway, I've been looking for this lighter for like 3.5 weeks, and halfway across Indiana, I found it. But let me rephrase, it found me. I took that lighter right to the face at 65 miles per hour, and I had no idea where it came. I don't know where it came from. I still don't know where it came from, but I know it hit me in the face last night going across I-70, and I couldn't find that lighter for 3.5 weeks. So 70 will help you find shit you lost. How would you feel if you get fired for the camera? Well, I can't get fired because I don't work for anybody. My freight contract could get severed, but my freight contract will get severed if I don't put the camera in the truck. Oh my God, you got to do that part in 75 times a week, Ohioan. Okay, well, now that I accidentally trash talked you earlier, Ohioan, let me compliment your state. Other than Zanesville and a couple places that they've been working on for fucking ever, I actually like Ohio's roads, and I think you guys have excellent toll plazas. Like I've showered in your toll plazas, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 times this year. I don't like the idea, and I'm already seeing people talk about the false incidents, Daniel. Yeah, I've got friends who, I can tell you right now, I'm going to be coached on the regular. I'll just tell you that right now. I'm going to be coached on the regular. I got a buddy who told me he gets flagged like every night for drowsiness. Every night. He says it gets him for blinking and yawning every night. So in his thing, it's got driving drowsy, or I don't have it, so I'm not sure exactly what it looks like. But dude, I slept all day. I've got a stout cup of coffee. I only have to drive 360 miles. I'm going to be absolutely fine tonight. Okay. But do I blink a lot? I don't know. I know that I probably yawn a time or two a night, but it has nothing to do with me being drowsy. It's just I drive at night, man. I mean, fuck. I drive safely at night. You've got the forward-facing camera. You can see how I'm driving. You can see my speed. Am I like veering off? Like, you know, you got all that shit. Why do you need to tell me that I'm driving drowsy when I'm not? I don't. Software can't. Anyway, that's why I said I'm literally going to drive in sunglasses and a mask at night if this shit starts doing this shit to me every night. Welcome back, Andrew. Let's see. It's Mushmouth Dennis and his power trip. Whoever promoted him should be fired. Lugnut. Remember when going across 70 through Ohio was only 55 miles an hour? Everybody else was at least 60. Was it really? I haven't been driving that long. I don't think I remember it being 55. Unless you're talking about all the construction. Is that what you're talking about? Andy had a false incident and it was removed when I rejected it. Daniel, oh yeah, me too. I'll always be getting flagged for something. Andy, Eric, I can tell you more about the camera if you want, but won't do it here. Yeah, you can text me if you want. What is let me give you my burner number. I don't have that number memorized. It is 417 766 4013. 417 766 4013. Let's see. All big trucks going through Ohio, no matter what road you were on, could not exceed 55. Oh, so it's like California? Damn. Yeah, I haven't been driving that long. Hillbilly, when you get to Greenfield, Indiana, take 6 south to 40 east and it will bring you right out before Way Station, Ohio. It adds about 10 miles to your trip, but a smooth ride. Daniel, can't wait to hear the please maintain a safe distance every time and get out of traffic. Dude, that is one of my biggest pet peeves about this stupid, retarded, smart shit in the truck. Like, let's say a truck passes me. Let's say it's 2 in the morning, okay? 2 in the morning, it's just me out here doing my own thing, and a truck passes me, and that truck's doing, say, 70, and I'm doing 65, right? The truck passes me. It gets about 2 truck lengths up, and then it moves into the right lane. And that truck is doing 70. It's, what, 150 feet, let's say, in front of me in the lane. My radar's showing that it's doing 70. So it's moving away from me at a pretty rapid pace. It's moving away from me. That's the real world that I'm in. I know there's no vehicles around us. It's just me and that driver, and he's doing 70. I can see him clear as he's right there in front of me. It's just me and him. He's doing 70. I'm doing 65. Why the fuck is my truck trying to stop itself? The camera tablet will scream at you every time you merge behind a vehicle to pass, or if you pass it. Oh my God. But it doesn't dock your points. Man, I'm gonna set a record for that shit, bro. Oh my God. Because that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Ghost trucks, yeah, dude. I argue with my truck every single night because I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And the damn yellow thing just blinding me from the dash. Like, you can't make that, you can't just leave it there and make it stop because it'll go away and blink again. Like, it just distracts you. It just sits there and distracts you because it's warning you of the distance. Now, I get that the truck in front of me is not the proper distance yet, but it's fucking about to be because he's going 70 miles per hour. I'm going 65. Stop yelling at me and stop trying to slow the truck down. Dude, it's so, like, not real world based. It's not, this AI shit is just software that's not very smart at all. My Peterbilt does it now. My 2020 didn't do it. It constantly wants to jam the brakes. Dude, this truck is not as bad as the previous trucks that I've driven. But this truck probably is more frequent on just this random, like, collision warning, collision mitigation, red, just random. On just a normal curve with a guardrail off on the side, and you got to be fast to the pedal, otherwise it's going to try to break the truck. Construction zones, probably 2 or 3 times a night. It could be a 22-foot tall bridge and the truck's like, you know, collision warning. So I get those more than I get anything. This truck's just not as bad, but I deal with it every night. In some way, shape, or form, I'm dealing with some of that shit in this truck, for sure. And none of it's real. None of it's real. And what it does is it makes the truck, it makes all these systems be the boy who cried wolf, right? Because you don't believe that any of it's real, and thus your instinct is always to hit the fuel, to hit the pedal. And that's the opposite of what it's designed to be. It's designed to make your instinct, oh, maybe I should get on the brakes, or oh shit, maybe I should slow the truck down. But because of it just being false positives all the time, your instinct is to do the opposite. I wonder how the Volvos are. I'll ask my fiance. She drives one. Yeah, I don't know about the Volvos. What's a Buckeye anyway? Go blue. It'll say maintain safe distance. Dude. If a truck in front of me is doing 70 miles per hour and I'm doing 65, that truck just passed me and he's 150 feet in front of me, then we are maintaining safe distance. Like I realize it's, look, y'all know what I mean. Oh, Jenna, I'm about to shut down. I gotta go get fuel and drive. I've been here for an hour. Shamarcus, always wondered why you say not to use the cruise during snow and heavy rain, but I understand completely now. Mines will slam on the brake on a heartbeat. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think in heavy rain too, like I just want to feel like I have more control of the truck in heavy rain. I feel like I don't want to be in cruise. I'll be in cruise control in light rain, you know what I mean? But in heavy rain, no. I want to be in control of the truck. In case there's, you know, a puddle and there's some hydroplane, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about when you feel that, when there's like heavy rain on the ground. I want to be in control of the truck. I want to be in control of the brakes and the fuel pedal, the acceleration, deceleration. I don't want, in heavy rain, that's the way. I don't do cruise control in heavy rain. Yeah, Jenna, you missed all kinds of dumb shit earlier. we had a couple retards. The reason I miss using my manual, feeling more control, inclement weather. Yeah, there's been a couple times, Andy, where, because I haven't driven a manual truck, but my first vehicle as a kid, as a teenager, was a manual. In fact, my first 3 or 4 vehicles were manuals. My dad taught me to drive on ice when I was 16 in a manual. So there's definitely been cases where I'm like, man, I really wish I had a manual right now, because it would definitely come in handy. There's been a few times when that's been the case. Well, shit, guys, I didn't talk about anything that I wanted to talk about. 5,000 fires, oh boy. The Alaska guy, yeah, he was a real piece of work. I love how the Alaska guy just kept saying, I'm not talking to you, when I was addressing him. And it's like, bitch, you're in my comments, man. You're on my video. You're talking about the company I drive for. He didn't like that I was putting him in his place. He wanted me to not address him at all. That's funny. Guess I'm late. Yeah, Pokerhead. I gotta drive, guys. I gotta go. I was just waiting so I can go through St. Louis later. I think I'm like 100. How far is Marshall from St. Louis? Maybe 140. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But Timothy, you missed it all too. I'm about to shut down Trump 2024. Guess I'm late. I'll repeat Trump 2024. If you say the other name 2024, I won't repeat that. Because fuck that. Andy, I think Alaska was waiting for me to answer about the fuel discount, but I was gone by the time I finished. Yeah, he was like, he was being absolutely absurd. He's like, what, does Prime just give you fuel for free? It's like, no, you dumbass. We're literally saying that we don't pay for fuel. Like on paper we pay for fuel, but it's subsidized by the customer and by Prime's discount. We don't pay for fuel. Unless you're just not smart about it. But at Prime, you really don't. If you do have to pay for fuel, it's such a minimal cost on you which is also tax deductible. It's such a minimal cost that it doesn't really impact me. It doesn't impact us. Like, I see these guys out there talking on the spot market, and these owner ops talking about fuel and how they're trying to do this card and trying to do that and trying to figure out their loads so that they can save money on fuel. And I'm like, man, fuel just doesn't impact us at Prime. It really doesn't. If you're smart about it, it should have really no impact on you at all. In fact, if you're really smart about it, it can have a positive impact on you, because as Andy said, it can actually be profitable. Just the fuel itself, the fuel surcharge, utilizing our network. Oh, nice, John St. Clair. Congrats and Godspeed on that. That's awesome. 45 mile per hour gust. Yeah, I drove in 55 mile lateral gust last night. 55 miles per. It was fun. But I'm also at damn near 80,000 pounds. I just hate that Prime takes a percentage of your fuel surcharge. That's BS, Michael Page. I don't know if there's any evidence of that, but I don't really care. A lot of people complain about Prime not showing us rate contents and all that stuff. I don't care. When a load is proposed to me, it has the line haul, tolls, surcharge, and I can see the value proposition of that and choose to run it, or I can choose not to. It doesn't matter to me. None of the other stuff really matters to me. All it matters to me is it worth it to do that as proposed to me? I mean, if they want to take, a few pennies off the surcharge here, it doesn't matter to me. It's again, is what is proposed to me worth it to me? You really like the win? No, I do not, Timothy. I do not. But I was comfortable with the way I'm loaded and how heavy I am to charge through it. But I don't like wind. I would not have been out there in an empty trailer. Fuck no. No fucking way would I have pulled an empty trailer through what I went through last night. To take 20%, it's in your contract, not a secret. No, they don't take 28%. I pay them 28%. They're not taking 28% from me. That's what I pay them for making my life easier. That's what I pay them to get the fuel discounts. It's what I pay them for access to the terminals. It's what I pay them for trailers. They had to pay a boatload of money to get that trailer fixed last night. That's what I pay them 28% for. My God, man. Some of you guys. When using crews during heavy rain or snow messes up your tractor control. That's why they say don't do it. Yeah. Traction control, yeah. Am I that far behind? Wind is the only thing that scares the F out of me. I can deal with snow and rain, but wind, yeah, I'm with you on that. For sure. I get 28% of the line haul, but why fuel surcharge? Who cares? Again, who cares? Mark, is that calculated all together? Yeah. Why would you pay Prime to get your trailer? No, I don't. Well, yeah, I pay 28% of the freight of the. Yes, 28%. That's what Prime gets. That's Prime's cut of the freight, but that covers trailer maintenance. That covers everything we get pulling freight for Prime. I don't know why this is so hard. Of the 28% profit that Prime earns, that's the percentage of fuel they pay. It's the reason why Prime takes some locations out of the network, even if it's Loves or Pilot. Oh, that's interesting. Blocks, if it was your trailer and fixed, you would have to pay for it. Yeah. I don't understand why this is so difficult, guys. It's not difficult. This is actually really simple to understand. I don't have to do permits. I don't have to do IFTA. I don't have to do a lot of things. I don't have to do my own authority. I don't have to do MC numbers. I do have to pay for insurance, but it's very affordable. I don't have to do my registration for my truck. I've got road assist if I need it. I don't have to pay for anything on the trailers. There's so many, just so many that I'm not thinking of or listing. And that's why I pay Prime 28%. That's what I'm paying for. It's not them just getting money for nothing. That's retarded. Sean, wow, bro. There's some old school faces up in this bitch. I'm not disagreeing. They offer a load and it's part of the, because it's cheap, we can profit on it. Yeah. What the hell is that? Is that spam? I have no thinking. What a weird comment, Jim. I have no thinking. Regarding Alaska, dude, watch out where the Huskies, dude, don't eat that yellow snow. Mr. Tomato Can, this guy Trucks needs to come in so you guys can go back and forth. That would be entertaining. The good thing is you know how to make jokes. Yeah, I think it would be fun. I think it'll probably happen at some point. Andy says, I've literally, man, you guys are active tonight. Shit. I've not talked about any of the things I wanted to talk about. That's okay. I have literally profited off of fuel surcharge on multiple runs in my career at Prime. Yeah, so have I. Jenna, Blocks, I removed your message because it was dumb. I approve of that message. I approve of Jenna's message. Michael, I didn't see the message though, but if she says it was dumb, then it was full retard, and you don't go full retard. Let's see, Michael, I don't do any other either, but I get 100% of fuel surcharge. They take their percentage of line haul. Again, I just don't care. I just don't care. The load is either worth it or it isn't. Is there a deadline to get this camera installed? I don't feel like asking road assist. So you have to sign the consent form if you want to get dispatched for your next load. So according to the message I saw today, at least that's my reading of it, you got to consent now if you want to get another dispatch. And then I believe the end of the year is the deadline. Some fleets are getting messages saying that if you don't have the camera installed by January 1st, you can't be dispatched. I haven't gotten that message, but I've seen screenshots from other fleets. Atlanta terminal would be great. Fuck yeah, it would, dude. I know you guys love Josh. Yeah, I think Josh is hilarious. This K Trucks. To each his own. I don't hate on Prime drivers. I drove for 7 years under their authority. Right on, man. And I are smart sometimes. Safe travels tonight. Thank you. You as well if you're traveling. Give me consent now. That's crazy. Yeah, Daniel, that message was... Now, here's the funny thing. I'm getting ready to go on 2 weeks vacation. So I don't need another load. So I don't feel compelled to sign the consent form right away. Because it's like, okay, you guys... Anyway. I heard all trucks should have them by 12/31. Yeah, that reefer driver, that's what some fleets are being messaged that if you don't have it by 12/31, you will not get dispatched on any loads in 2025. Shamarcus, the actual loads and how much they charge the customer for these loads are the last pages of your settlements. Yeah, the Raycon is technically in there. You're right. But I think people just get. But see, here's the problem, Shamarcus, is the Prime haters, and I'm not saying, Michael, that you're a Prime hater. I appreciate your comment, but Shamarcus, here's the problem. The Prime haters say that Prime is lying about it. So there is a way to find the full charge of the load in your settlement. You're absolutely right. But they say that Prime's just making that up. But even to that, first of all, I'm like, okay, Prime's not just making that shit up. But even if they were, I don't give a fuck. Because either the load's worth it to me or it's not. Pokerhead, I heard they bought the land around Atlanta or just having to start building. That would be awesome, man. I know they've been talking about Atlanta terminal for 2 years now. Those cameras could be a lot of fun. You could dance around in a G-string, see how long it takes them to call. I just need my QC taken out. I've been running with both because I was put in the pilot program for having too many false positives in my truck. Ever since install, I've remained 50 points. Hell yeah, brother. Be home for the family during Thanksgiving. Oh, top 50. Timothy Turbo. I've been on camera for 26 years, Jenna. I used to scratch my butt, pick my nose. I didn't care. Daniel, it's required by law that we have access to Raycon. Yeah. And never worry about what your company makes off of you or you will never be happy. Worry about what you make off of them. Amen. Thank you. How do I... Can I love this comment? No, I can't. Thank you. Could not say it better. This is a busy live. There's that drop yard in South Atlanta. There's no... Oh, yeah. I hate that drop yard, though. I hate it. Mr. Tomato, he is coming home to help wifey who is on the struggle bus. Yeah, that's exactly right. Sean, I'm ordering a bunch of offensive t-shirts and hats for the camera. Bravo. Good idea. Good idea. Andy, I can confirm Naked Land has been purchased in Atlanta area, trees and grass. Nice. So we're getting multiple confirmations here that an Atlanta terminal is coming. That's awesome, man. Blindside, don't go avoiding the terminal. If they call you to the camera, they'll probably just cancel your contract. Yeah, that's why I said, you know, I'm doing it on my own terms. When I come back out for my vacation time, that's when I'm doing it. Because I'm not trying to get pulled off the road when I get into a good momentum in freight. So I'm just going to do it. Michael, you get 28% of what the load is booked for from Prime's brokerage, not from the customer, but absolutely if the load works for you. Bro, like, why are you so hung up on this? I appreciate you being here, Michael. I'm struggling to understand why you're so hung up on this. Andy said it best, and I've said I don't give a shit. I'm happy with either I'm happy with the load or I'm not. Reefer driver, I will get Beavis and Butthead hats and wear them. Truck money, yo. Man, I was gonna turn this damn thing off like 15 minutes ago. Daniel, I just put a picture of me driving safely with a smile in front of the camera. Oh man. Andy, oh, I'm sure Prime's brokerage takes a cut, and they should. Yeah, of course they should. If they're the ones, yeah. If they're brokering the freight, sure. Poker, I have to message safety. My lease ends January 10th. They really going to install a cam for probably, Pokerhead, probably. Let's see. I'm gonna skip that for now because I'm tired of talking about it. John St. Clair, so I'm a little behind in this camera deal. Why exactly is Prime driving that? Is it driven by insurance? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't know. I know Prime is like it's like half self-insured and half not self-insured. I don't know. I mean, we're kind of the peanut gallery on all this stuff, but the weird thing to me is that cameras have ended up costing companies a lot of money. Cameras have proven substantial liability to companies where it wouldn't have happened before. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Here's the thing that I don't understand. It's the same with PC. Although I have PC, I don't have to ask for permission or anything like that. I still use my PC just fine. But I know some guys who have to call for permission that have 0 points on their logs and never had any fuck ups at all. Why are we putting them on the PC pilot program? And the same with the cameras. Someone said, well, it's because idiot drivers keep not wearing their seatbelts and messing with their phones while they're driving. Okay, if you get cited for wearing your seatbelt, you get a camera. I don't know why that's so difficult. To me, that would make sense. Like, that is the coaching that it's supposed to do. If you get a seatbelt or a ticket for no seatbelt or for messing with your phone while you're driving, you get a camera. If you get in an at-fault accident, you get a camera. If you cheat on your using PC when you're not supposed to, you get your PC taken away and you have to call and have it turned on. Why is that so difficult? I don't know, guys. Oh, is today Halloween? Shit, man. Ain't paying no attention to that. Oh, the Qualcomm contract ends in December. Damn. So yeah, it's a hard stop then. Probably insurance. My car insurance is cheaper because of the snapshot thing. Yeah, I would. Because if you remember, back when I started, Prime was almost entirely self-insured. And then you remember a couple years ago, they were talking about shopping around for big insurance deals. And I think they started doing less of the self-insuring. So that would probably obviously change things. Tell you from experience that it doesn't increase safety on the road. I don't feel like it. I agree with you. I don't see it. I don't see it. Do you think onboarding cameras will take away someone's privacy? For me, it's not a privacy issue, honestly. It's not a privacy issue. For me. I understand how some people feel that way. For me, it's just that it's adding another nuisance and distraction that I feel makes my truck less safe. Because all the things in this truck that are supposed to keep you from being distracted are the things that distract me. And if I have to think to myself, oh my God, I just yawned, I wonder if my shit just flagged me for drowsy driving, that's a distraction. They're self-insured up to a certain max, then they have insurance for bigger payouts. Yeah. Well, it looks like I'm sitting home for last week of my lease. Just remember to pull the curtain before you use your pee bottle or get a call from safety for not putting the top on it. Man, I want to pee in a bottle right in front of it now. Rob said it's personal from his buddy that died from a truck crossing over the center line. This camera would have saved him apparently, as long as it's not a medical issue. camera would have saved him. I don't... What? How does the camera prevent an accident? I'm not sure I understand that. I'm definitely not sure I understand that. I'm not arguing it. I'm just saying that I don't see how a camera prevents an accident. It's like cops. Cops don't prevent crime. They respond to it. You know what I'm saying? Someone help me start a MC and we can all join it and have zero yeah, zero. Look, no, it's not the trucking companies that want these cameras. I see insurance companies. Yeah, probably. Andy, like a full completion given the situation. Schmarket, shouldn't anyone be terminated for anything they do on camera? Being a guy sat in a meeting and said he was caught driving on his wife's clock. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. 412. I should be asleep, but my damn AC went out. Oh, no. And, of course, global warming. Oh, that sucks, man. Well, I got to go, guys. I seriously have to go. Michael, distracted driving. The trucker crossed the center line because of distracted driving. It would have warned him. I don't know that... you can't... I don't think you can say that with any level of certainty. You can't say that he wouldn't have been distracted driving just because the camera was there. How do you say that? What evidence do you have of that? How you can't prove that. Do some damn work, Eric. Road trip stream while you don't have a cam. Yeah, guys, I seriously got to go. I appreciate it, though. Hey, could y'all do me a favor real quick, like this video? There's 45 of you. Come on. Smash that real quick if you could. I had a live stream the other, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or something. It got like 2,500, ended up getting 2,500 views afterwards. And the average view on it was like 35 minutes. I was like, damn, that's a lot of replays of a bulk of the live stream. And I think it's you know, it does actually help when you hit the thumbs up. It's free, and it does actually help. Let's see here. Medical issues in the first comment. Damn, Michael, don't get so offended, bro. Don't get so offended. Shamarcus, be safe, bro. Got the next one. Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Eric, please give me one of those secret parts to park in Tennessee. Oh, where are you at? What are you looking for? Where are you at in Tennessee? 412, I don't care how you spend it. A camera doesn't stop an accident. It just records. When I was a company driver, every company I worked with had them and just ignored them. Home time. Yeah, I don't understand how the camera would prevent an accident. That doesn't. And maybe it could be. The problem is you can't prove it. You have no proof. I'll tell you, if you're in Memphis, Curly Fry. If you're in Memphis and if you're a Prime driver, there is a industrial park that is fully secured. The entire industrial park is fenced in and has a guard shack, and there's like, I don't know, like 15 companies inside there, 15 warehouses, quite a few warehouses. Oh, Murfreesboro. Yeah, Murfreesboro. Yeah, Murfreesboro sucks, bro. You may be somewhere weird. Murfreesboro is a tough one. But in Memphis, there's that big industrial park, and when you go through security, you don't have to have any load information. All you have to do is give them your CDL, and then they let you through security to go to the proper warehouse. But the whole industrial park has parking. So I'll just drive in that bitch and act like I have a load with an empty trailer and then leave 10 hours later. Yeah, no, you can't park there anymore. But you can park at you can park by the subway. You could drop a trailer there and park it bobtail park at the subway. All right, guys, I gotta go. Appreciate y'all jumping in. It was fun. That was a lot of comments. I did not talk about anything that I planned on talking about. We just did comments, but it's all good. Thank you guys for helping me burn some time. Be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to y'all soon.